Jay Bohr here. I'm getting ready to do that apricot wheat. This was actually supposed to be part 2 of brew day, but it's just a whole nother brew day. So join along in the fun. And here's what we have. Sanitized equipment. Over here is the grain bill, which is 10¼ pounds. It's 5 pounds of two row malt, 4 pounds of white wheat, and 8 ounces of honey malt. Of course, as always, 1 step cleaner. Mash tun, lauter tun, primary fermenter. This is going to be a speed brew today because there's a lot on store. Got to get just a lot of stuff done. So let's rock. Outside doing the heating of the sparge water, strike water. 3.5 gallons of strike water going. We are at 100 and almost 170 degrees. So that's just about up the temperature. Need to get it to about 180, 190. And then in the mash tun. We are mashing. Just started to mash. Temperature is about 158. Pretty good. Everything worked out pretty good so far. So now I got to get back out and start to keep an eye on my sparge water. Don't want it to get too hot. This is definitely a speed brew. Coming along right well and fast. Started this whole process at I think 9 o'clock this morning, a little after 9. It's only a little after 10, an hour into it. I've been mashing. I've got 35 minutes left to the mash. I got my sparge water ready and at the right temperature this time. And a gallon over there because it's calling for 6 gallons. That thing really only holds 5. So there's the rest of it in there. And that'll be fine. I'll pour it in and the whole 9 yards. So far, so good. We draining out the mash tun now. What I did was I actually used 3 of these. I poured the amount of 3 of these out of there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up. I'm going to run it until it's done. And then pour that pot back into the mash tun, and then I'm going to do it all over again. I'll pour a couple of those out, a couple of the pitchers here out, like I did at the beginning. I did 3 of these at the beginning before I started this, and then I'll throw the sparge water in, and that should get me everything that I can get out of those grains. So all the sugars that are going to be available, that should work. Alrighty. Alright. So here's an update. I don't know what went wrong, but something went terribly wrong through the draining of the mash here. What you see me doing right now is I'm actually I had drained what I had left into my bottling bucket because I had to screen it, because if you look down into my mash tun, my manifold came apart and clogged the entire system up. That was just part 1 of what went wrong. Part 2 is my sparge water didn't work out to be what it should have been. I mean, I've already got 6 gallons of basically of wort in there, and there's still a good gallon to 2 gallons worth of wet mashing grains in there. So I am completely baffled as to why this did this. This is an apricot wheat. Maybe it's because it's my first wheat I think that I'm doing as an all grain. Apparently the grains didn't absorb the water as what I figured it would do. So I'm refiltering everything out. I'm going to see if I can get some more out of it. I still want to end up with 6 gallons. I don't know what the heck happened, but now it's worth an update. Just about up to full boil now. Since it just screwed up like it did, what I'm going to do is add a pound of this Old Dutch Jams Pure Honey. It's a sage honey. It doesn't have really a whole lot of flavor, but it is sweet. So I'm going to add that to it. This is the first addition to hops. And over here is the works. It's about 190 degrees. So as you can see, it's getting there. It'll be boiling here shortly. It's starting to foam up. So I'll add the honey in at the beginning, and hopefully this will turn out now, because I don't have a clue as to what this is going to be. Well, at least it'll be interesting. We'll be back. We've made it to the boil. First edition of hops are in. Getting ready to try the honey blonde that I kegged last night. Well, that's in its first stages. See how this goes. Good. Very good. Alrighty, there we are. We're into the cool down portion of this whole brewing extravaganza. As you can see, we are down, and you probably can't see, it's about 88 degrees already. We've been through some soap in there, and not wasting any of the water. Going in for a load of laundry once we're done. Hooks up to the spigot in one end, down through, cools out, back out the other end. Wort chiller is one of the best things I made. So here in about, pretty much right now, I'm getting ready to shut this thing off and put it over here and start to pour it into the primary and pitch the yeast. Alrighty, she is in the fermenter. As you can see, there's plenty of oxygen going on for me pouring it in. I poured the yeast about halfway in. So this one should be good to go. We will check back in 7 to 10 days, and we'll see you then. Pow! Howdy again, folks. Here we are at an update on the apricot wheat. I believe this is the one that was screwed up halfway from Tuesday. We are way past the whole, this should have been in a keg almost 2 weeks ago. But I didn't have an empty keg. I actually still don't have an empty keg, but I'm going to just go ahead and keg it and bottle a couple anyway, because if I don't, Mark is going to have my butt. Because every other day he's calling me and saying, "Do you got the apricot wheat ready yet? Do you got the apricot wheat ready yet?" I'm getting the apricot wheat ready for you now. How you like that? So there we are. There's the wheat. There's the jug, or the secondary. I'm going to mix it all up in here first. And there's the juicy juice stuff. So we're going to give it a shot, see how it goes. This apricot wheat's been in the keg now for, sorry about that, I'm about to drop the camera. It's been in the keg now. I kegged it Thursday night, so let's see, Friday, Saturday, today's Sunday. It's 3 days. First day I let it set at 30 psi. All night, and then before we left to go away for the weekend, Friday evening, I turned it back to about 6 psi, or about 8, which is about where I keep my serving psi. But it actually it turned out pretty good, and I messed this one up pretty much from the beginning to the end. It was not a very pleasant brew at all. Even through the whole way through kegging, it wasn't a pleasant experience because everything I did screwed up. But it's got a great aroma, and nice head retention, as you can see. A nice little head there. And you can taste the apricot right up front, and then you get a bite of a nice bite of hops. So all I was trying to say is finished out really well. Real happy with it. Citrusy end, citrus hoppy end to it. Another good beer done by Little Face Brewing. Thanks.